The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Bull Bear Binary Option Hour. Brought to you by Nadex. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Tom and Tommy O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. Appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. Right now, we have the Dow Industrials up 240. You get the Nasdaq up 57. S&P's up 19. So we're kicking into July 4th. We got Sherwin-Williams green paint out here.
Green paint. Why not?
Green paint. Gold contract. Gold contract up $1.10. 12.52.10. You get silver up 10 cents, $16.05. Light sweet crude, $74.24. It's pretty amazing.
It is, man. We're going to see $80 oil in no time.
Yeah. And notes and bonds, folks, bottom line, they want higher price. 10-year note, flat, it's up at 120.07. 30 years up 9 at 145.08. And King Dollar, bottom line, King Dollar gave it up at 4:30 this morning. I'm sure it was a European deal. Down 5.26. 94.575. Euros at 116.34 to one U.S. dollar. The yen is at 110.74. If we go over to that dollar index, what you're going to see out here with the dollar, folks, is that you're going south, and when this baby went south, it took volume with it. So this 95 area is a big number. Was that 4:30 this morning?
Last night, about 10 o'clock last night.
10 o'clock last night. Okay. So if we go over and we take a look at the dollar first, what you're going to see on the continuous contract, it's been going into this October of 2017 area 4 weeks now. And bottom line is that this is the first week that it went into it and come off it with volume.
Okay.
And we'll see if the volume. I expect the volume's going to contract dramatically today.
Today, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
So we'll see what we get by the end of the day. Right now, it does have volume. 18,000 is a lot. In the dollar index can do 18,000 all day.
It is interesting. In the 9 o'clock update, I said almost coming into a long weekend, and I started because it's not a long weekend. We're going to be here full day Monday, but it's kind of like a long weekend because then, just so everyone knows, so Tuesday market closes, I believe, at 1 o'clock, half day. So half day closed, of course, on Wednesday the 4th.
Right.
And then open back up Thursday and Friday. So it's kind of like coming in, and that's what we talked about yesterday. It's kind of cool if you really wanted to extend your weekend, man. You could take Monday off.
Right.
And Tuesday is going to be just a joke, for
right.
sure. So
That's
you
right.
literally take one day off Monday,
right.
And you can maybe sneak out of the office a little bit early today, and you got from Friday till Thursday.
You do.
Pretty amazing.
You do.
It doesn't line up that once every, 6-7 years, depending on how the day lines up for the 4th.
No doubt.
Yeah.
If we go inside the Dow Industrials, take a look at the strength versus the weakness. Nike and...
how about it, right?
Yeah, big number, man.
Totally.
Oops.
Yeah, I was like, where are you clicking? You're finding a new
Yeah.
you can go back with it. Or, okay. There we go.
So you get Nike putting 58 positive points, Boeing 30, 3M 19. There's not many losers.
Verizon. So I heard a story about them. They were shutting down some kind of something 90. It had to do with one of their streaming apps. If you go into their news after you pull up, it was something that they started. Let's see if they. Yes, Go 90. So they shut it down, basically. It was a streaming service. They were trying to gear towards younger kids. That would be what you want, right?
Yeah.
Try and scoop up some of that YouTube fanatic, and they basically shut it down. They just couldn't get it going. They couldn't get advertising to
YouTube mini dramas.
That's it. They were going to that younger crowd. It's a smart idea, but geez, you got to compete with YouTube. Yeah, and they probably realized pretty quickly, I guess, that they weren't getting. I mean, go figure, man. The young kids, they didn't want to go over to the Verizon Go 90,
Seriously.
right? I mean, what a
That's not
good
even
luck
close.
getting the 13-year-olds
Oh my God.
to swoop into your Verizon brand as enthusiastic, consumers. But,
Seriously.
Yeah.
Inside the NDX 100, the strength out here, Vertex Pharmaceuticals up 12.5%, Celgene's up 3.5%, you get AMAT up 2.8%, and ASML is up 2.7%. Taken away from it, Liberty, Checkpoint Software, Liberty's down 1.9, Checkberg down 0.8, no big deal. Yeah. Tesla's off 0.6. Now, what's going to get interesting with Tesla, the way that the stories out here is that Tesla, this is the end of the quarter, so the market is figuring, a couple of Bloomberg articles are figuring that they have to come out next week and say, have they done 5,000 or not? Because it's a material fact.
Sure.
Okay? Let's see what they say. Moment of truth is near. It's been a rough quarter for rollout of Tesla. The factory was shut down at least twice for extensive upgrades.
Yeah. They list the plethora of different problems they've had. But yeah, so they scrambled to meet a self-imposed production deadline. They were rate of 5,000 cars per week. We've talked about that many times.
Right.
Yeah, by the end of June, and that's why I remember us talking about this at the beginning of June, saying, "Man, he's got this isn't like you have to wait 4 months for this prophecy, right?
Yeah,
As in, we're going to be at the end of June, and they're either going to hit it or not."
He's been sleeping there this week.
And what unfortunately for the Tesla bulls out there, and just for Teslas, unfortunately, they seem to not meet anything in regards to that Model 3 so far. Every single one is behind the 8 ball, so.
Yep.
And even look, Tesla has repeatedly fallen short of its own manufacturing targets. I'd say that's even putting it lightly.
Right.
So good.
And we get, and so what it has there too is that, and this is where it's going to get interesting, is that you put $1,000 down in 2016.
Okay.
In order to get the order.
Yeah. Deposit, reserve your spot in line, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Now Tesla sent out saying, okay, now you're going to pick your model, and if you want it, you're going to send us another $2,500.
Oh, jeez.
So what's going to happen there is that, when you do the math on it, 100,000 is 250 million.
Okay.
So we'll see where that's going to shake out also. Because now it's 2018, it's almost 2 years later.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think it was in August of 2016 that this thing started.
Okay.
And they need the money. That was just another story on Bloomberg yesterday. They need that 250 million.
Sure.
They need whatever they can get.
So look this is Tesla's initial production target, is this line here, way to the left in terms of, my goodness, right? They were looking by Q4 of 2017 almost to be up at that. And what is this?
That's 1,000.
What's that?
Oh, no, that's 5,000.
Yeah, that's they were looking for that number at the end, and then they shifted to this one. And now Tesla's targets have become more conservative over time, as in you see kind of the flattening of that curve. And
right.
then, it's not quite the ramp up, and even that curve is just an estimate. So we'll see what comes out. That'll be interesting.
Oh, big time. There's, if we go over to the gold market, we take a look at the gold market, it's pretty amazing. The equities have held up, and, we're catching a bid today.
Yeah.
So decided not to jump off the cliff, man.
Interesting. What's gold doing, too? Because I saw gold was just above $1,250 earlier.
It is. What gold did do, you rejected lower price last night. The bottom line is that, we'll see. 1246, you're 1252. Now, the way this is setting up on a weekly basis, they're all setting up really well. I mean, if I go to the GDX first, what you're going to see, folks, is that we put this on, daily setting up good. It's saying, okay, it's breaking the downtrend again. That being said, what the GDX has done, look, it broke the downtrend on May 2nd and then gave it up.
Yep.
Meaning you can see it was a clear break. You almost, you broke it again like on May 14th and gave it up again. You almost broke it here, meaning on the 14th of June.
This month, yeah.
Yeah, but we have broken.
Yeah.
Now the real question is, are you going to get any follow through? Now on the weekly basis, it's really set up well. That's a nice little hammer on a weekly basis. It commits to strength, commits to 220 million. It's only done 110.
Yep.
That's not a bad setup.
Sure.
Yeah. So, and the dollar's failing, and that's crucial. It's crucial that the dollar fails.
Commodities in general, right?
Yeah, big time. Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I come right back. Dow's up 225, Nasdaq's up 45, S&Ps are up 15.5. We'll come right back.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartleys, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, oil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated folic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They've been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. We take your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now is up 237. Nasdaq's up 46. S&P's up 17. Bitcoin under 6,000.
58.79 right now. We're looking at it, showing down $1.65 as of an arbitrary close yesterday, pretty much. But one thing we're looking at, so 59.22 was the low we had in February, right? No, let me jump to the crypto site real quick.
And that would be on the exchanges. That's what we're going to try to explain here.
Well, no, that was actually not on the exchanges, too. That's, if you look at the 59.22 is not reflected, I believe, on the exchanges.
That's correct.
It was a February low.
Right.
But if you look at the exchanges, you would think today was the first day that we went under there. But that isn't. What are we looking at? We're looking at EOS right now. We're jumping around to a lot of stuff. That was for our man Paul and Henderson. Checking that out. But Bitcoin, so 58.78 right now. And what I just wanted to kind of pull up, and this is, we're going to put this on an hourly. That's a daily right there. Just to show that, so last weekend it spent a lot of time under that 59.22. That's June 24th. That's Sunday at about noon. This is June 23rd.
That's 5,700, huh?
That's what I'm, so we're under really even where we're at right now. So just because we can take a look at that chart on the Bloomberg and just show it, and it's not going to show 57.55 because the futures are closed. That's Sunday.
Yes.
And even when they open back up in terms of Sunday night, you know, you get in there, we're back above. We're at 60, you can see. So it was 11 in the morning that it traded from 5,700 to 6,200, and all's forgotten, man, until this.
Yep.
And then back 57.80. So jumping.
And you're coming into a weekend, so.
Right. And we kind of were just hanging at 6,100 all week, it felt like, right?
Yeah.
So a little bit of volatility in the overnight, currently trading 58.91. So, of course, Nadex has the monthly and weekly spreads in here now, and they both expire today. Today being the last trading day of June. And so it's interesting.
Oh, yeah. You know, so what happens with the spreads, folks, is that they'll both expire at 3 o'clock today. Monday morning, keep this in mind, you'll have the monthly that will open up at 8 o'clock in the morning, and you'll have the weekly that opens up at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Definitely.
You know, and it was interesting when I had Jason on yesterday.
Yes, that was a good interview.
Yeah, we were talking about what he was talking about, which is pretty cool, that he's finding that the higher that the volatility gets in Bitcoin, the more probability, though, that it will end up higher.
Okay.
Which is pretty cool. You
so
know,
the bulls want volatility.
Which is just different, totally different than in the market. If the market, in the S&P, when you talk volatility, well, that means it's going down, you know?
Say that again.
when you talk volatility inside the S&P.
Yeah, right. The VIX goes up when the market goes down.
Right.
As in, when there's high volatility, it's usually when the market's spiking down.
You know. So we'll see where that shakes out.
Yeah.
And,
versus Bitcoin, you see it trickle down, maybe get a spike up. It's at least maybe that's how it's been recently. So what I wanted to look at real quick is just, so here we have the monthly spread on the right. This is the mini, so that's going to be 1/100th of a Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And then you're going to have the weekly, which is going to be 1/10 of a Bitcoin. Okay. Now, so what you can see is they're a little bit differently priced here, right? So, and this is what we talked about. It'd be interesting to see how these set up because you have different price areas. Now, this is, basically these spreads are like multi-leg options, right?
Right.
Where you have a straddle, you have basically defined risk, defines profit.
The straddle in the middle of the spread, right?
And so I have to reacclimate myself onto where the middle of these are. So the middle of the monthly, going from 100 to 15,100, is going to be 7,600. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're pretty substantially below that, but the middle of the weekly is 8,200, and so that's where your difference comes in here. In terms of on the monthly, we're not as far below because the middle is 7,600. We're still below, but we're not as far below. Whereas on the weekly, we are. It starts at 8,200. And then you have your capped out losses to 2,200 on the weekly. You have your capped out losses almost to zero for all intents and purposes. On now, the odds that Bitcoin goes below, geez, it would be, God knows what would be happening, right? If Bitcoin hit 2,000 today. Right. But just stuff you want to be aware of because guess what? If you're going in for a pretty short-term trade, this is going to remain a live bid offer. But as you approach 3 o'clock, these are going to become on par.
Tighter.
Yeah.
Yes, they got to be,
right? So what you're going to see is you're going to see the weekly spread either tick up to get to here, or
we have a differential of $15 on each side.
Exactly.
Right now.
And you can see the bid offer. It's a $30 spread. It looks like, am I reading that right? Yeah, $30 spread in here, and the spread's a little bit wider right now in the monthly. So that's where you just want to really be able to examine those, get used to it, right? If you're going to be trading these, this is where it might be a shame if you were thinking, okay, I'm going to buy it at 59.20. Well, maybe you could have bought it at 59.05 here, right? And all of those, and there's really no difference. You can buy one of the weekly, you can buy 10 of the minis.
Because this will close at 3.
They both close right at 3. You can see the exact expires in 4 hours 36 minutes, both contracts.
Yep.
So something cool to be to consider.
Is cool, man.
And definitely, and it all has to do with risk reward versus, as in if you're buying one contract and we're just going to do 10 over here to make it the same as this contract, okay? And so this is the great example of why things are shifted. You have basically almost an equal risk reward. Is that right? Yeah. An equal risk reward, right? What am I doing? Okay. So for the beginning of that, that's why I was so confused. The middle of the spread's 6,200. I said 8,200 originally. No wonder I was so out of So 6,200. That's why we're right next to the middle of the spread. So it's going to be much closer in line. You have almost an equal risk reward because you're almost at 6,200.
Right.
Whereas this spread is dramatically skewed. Excuse me. Because from 7,600 you're at 5,800. That makes more sense. And there's your risk reward. And that's why they're not going to give you a risking. Call it 600 to make 900. They're going to make you pay for that a little. And there's your fundamental understanding of how it's working, right? You can't get that type of great risk reward without maybe putting up a little bit of extra. Pretty cool, though, when I was looking forward to seeing how these were going to trade on the same exact day because they should be a little bit different. But like we said, come, 2:30 p.m.
That's right.
They're pretty much
tighten them right up.
Because everybody, if you just wait till the end, you get this price.
Yes, exactly.
So that's where, if you're planning on holding these till 3 o'clock, not to put it bluntly, but you'd be a sucker to be buying it at 59.20 when you could be buying it at 59.05 right here if you plan on holding it. Just stuff to consider with two active contracts on the same day. Pretty cool.
Gotta love it.
Definitely.
877-927-6648. Let's go take a look at some of the higher volume stocks. And what I do expect you're going to see is contraction of volume out here today, folks. Look at that. I'm in Europe.
I was like, Lloyd's Banking, what is going on with them?
Seriously.
How are they at the top?
So so Bank of America is up 27 cents. You get Wells Fargo up 252. It's amazing.
The stress test, right?
The stress test, they come out. The thing that's amazing is that Wells Fargo, they have so many, basically, marks against them, but their chart is actually better than the other banks. It's so weird. It's like, I was looking at it last night, like, they just have a different chart. It's like, they just... so big, and I guess they paid so many billions.
Yeah, they have the money to pay it, right?
Yeah, evidently.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yep. So you had Wells Fargo, Bank of America, J.P. Morgan, Citibank, all of those trading higher. They all seem to fare well. The only one really in trouble, which should not be surprising, is Deutsche Bank in the U.S., which is the only one that really failed it.
Right.
A couple of the banks had to scale back how much money they were going to give back to shareholders. I think it was J.P. Morgan and one other, but again, not really a big deal in terms of just the Fed wanting a little bit more capital.
Right.
And not even raising capital, just saying, no, you can't give all that cash back to your investors just yet.
Yeah. And if if you check this out, folks, because if you go over to the XLF, this is going to need a lot more juice. This is not a big day, for what is going on.
Oh yeah. Yesterday was the first day in positive territory, I think, in 14 days. So
big time.
Yeah.
Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. 877-927-6648. Dow's up 220, Nasdaq's up 53, S&P's up 17.5.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender. Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get 'em, folks.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Let's go to our man. We get Paul from Henderson, Nevada. He's up early. He's always up early.
That's right.
He probably doesn't even go to sleep.
Why not?
Especially on weekends. Paul, what's going on, brother?
Happy Friday, gentlemen. How you guys doing
Happy
today?
Friday, man.
Happy Friday, man.
Ready for a good week? Good weekend?
I think it's going to get pretty exciting this weekend.
I bet.
I can hear it in that voice.
I think you're right, man. you got it all happening because there's probably going to be a lot of people that take off Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday too.
Why not?
You know?
Right?
I think so. I think the short sellers are going to hammer it down a little bit further because no one really wants to go long until it gets to that swing point. It's so close to that 5,000 range.
Okay.
So I think we got some downside to go here on the weekend. It's too bad those binaries don't trade over the weekend because, man, I think...
Well,
this
is the only weekend, that they don't because at the end of the month.
And it's only going to happen that when Friday falls as the last trading day of the week, of the month, which is it just happens to fall this time.
Because what's cool, Paul, is that when you actually think about it, is that there's no way with the exchange being closed over the weekend that someone could really come into it heavily selling it without actually owning the Bitcoin, right?
Right.
Yeah. So, that's where you can see that if you are at lows, bottom line is it shouldn't take too much to basically go to higher price over a weekend versus get out of the way 8 o'clock in the morning, Monday morning.
Sure.
Hey, Tom, I got a question for you. So when you see Bitcoin, the run up, you have such a dramatic, volume going up. And as you're coming down, you see the volume just, at least on the exchange. I'm looking at Bitfinex right now.
Okay, and we have the Crypto Watch site up. I just have it on like a weekly just to get a full glance of things. But even on a weekly, you can see the volume trail off.
And that's what you want to see. That's what you want to see. You want to see.
If you're a bull.
Yeah, you want to see it go up on volume. You want to see it pull back with no volume. You want to see it lay there, die, and no one cares about it. And then you have a shot in order to basically go higher again. That's the real question is going to be each and every time. Like Tommy had just brought up that June 24th. It went to a low over the weekend on that Sunday, which was good. Most times you're going to hit that low a couple times, But that's a classic time in the trade. I mean, you're up on volume, you're back on lighter volume, you test, and you go back up, If we had true volumes, what we don't have, then I'd be a lot more confident in the aspect of, like we have Crypto Watch up, so that's volume just on that. It's like the currencies, Paul. What happens with currencies is that all banks have platforms. Well, that volume you look at it in the currency market is only on that platform. It's not combined volume. So you got to be you got to be cognizant of that. That's what it comes down to.
It's pretty remarkable. I was just going back to that run we had up leading up to that 20,000. I mean, you're looking at, basically about middle of November, you're trading right where we were at in terms of 6,100. And by middle of December, you're at 20,000. And it's just been a slow trickle almost. We got that acceleration from February when we jumped back up. I think there's your 6,000 in February. We made it all the way back up to like 11,000 or so. But then again, right back down there. Yeah.
They all did that. That's when I had that really great trade on Litecoin.
Yeah.
They went bonkers right there in November. And the more that I'm looking into this Tether situation, I'm unsure. I'm kind of thinking that it was manipulated on the way up because it's so hard to get your money into the crypto market. I mean, you have to jump through a lot of hoops.
Okay.
To go from Coinbase to these other exchanges, and you got to turn it into Bitcoin, and there's a lot of things that you need to do. It's not just like opening an account at Interactive Brokers.
Yes.
You get your ACH and you're good to go. So a lot of people they didn't take the time to do all that. They said, this is too complicated, and they just watched it. But that Tether thing might turn out to be a big deal. So we'll see how that shakes out.
Now, the Tether is the one that they're claiming that they have dollar for dollar in there, right?
Correct.
And the market is saying, well, prove it to us. And they really haven't proved it that there's actually any money behind it, right?
Well, they did a somewhat of an audit, but there's some shadiness going on because the guy that is started Tether, Brock Pierce, is also in charge of Block 1 on EOS. And, excuse me, when they froze all the tokens, everyone's bread was frozen, and no one could move the EOS. And that's when they did the supposed audit that Tether had, a 1-for-1.
That's not how audits work, but right? I mean, no, exactly.
No, it's not.
Like
It's not.
there's either a legitimate like third-party audit or there's not. Exactly
Wow.
where, especially on something like that. And there were articles written about it at that time, with saying they would have needed. I mean, hundreds of millions of dollars. I think almost approaching $1 billion at one point somewhere, and that just is not. Where's the account with $1 billion?
Exactly.
Right?
They're claiming dollar for dollar inside
It's
the
backed.
teller. Yeah, right.
Tether, yeah. It should be interesting, man. 58.91.
You just need the momentum going with you again, Paul, to trade it. That's the right. I mean, I think that's how you look at it anyway. Do you know what I mean? But we'll find out whether you get it going. I mean, what happens in something like this too, by the way. This morning you had out there the aspect of this saying this is like the crash of 2000 in the Nasdaq, when people lost 90% of their money
For Bitcoins and cryptos in general, yeah.
As soon as I saw that, it's not quite like that, because let me show you something. If I put up the Nasdaq, what you're going to see is that the amazing part is that what the Nasdaq did do is that you got a counter trend rally about I think it was about a year after that, right? Now it didn't go close to your highs, but what you're going to see is that Bitcoin didn't get that counter trend rally yet. Okay, so here it is here. So that wasn't a year. So we hit 48.16 in 2000, and then that's okay. What month is that, Tom? That's March, right?
Yep.
And then by May you're at 28.97, so 2,000 points down. Now watch this counter trend bounce, and you go all the way back up to 41.47.
So my reply to that would be we went to 20,000, we went to 6,000, we went back up to 11.
Oh, we did. Okay.
So as you put that chart up, I was like, we got to jump from 6 to 11, and we're back at 6.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I guess it does almost look the same. Oh my God.
It's
we went down to 10,700.
There's two there.
It almost looks
so
the
then
same.
it goes to 17.
It goes to 16,000. Yeah. So you did get the counter trend.
But then even this one, right? You go to 59.22. There's the low we talk about. And then, in an 11.6, I mean, that's almost double.
No,
that's a 100% increase.
So I can see that correlation. Yeah, that correlation's out there.
And there's a lot of other factors in terms of, the NASDAQ. Geez, it went pretty far. Didn't quite go to zero, right? Because there was still some value there. Bitcoin could go to zero. That's the difference.
Because you had JDSU go to zero. You got CMGI. I mean, there's plenty of companies you could rail out that did go to zero.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey.
I don't think Bitcoin's going to go to zero. I'm looking at this smart money, like, I don't know, phases of a bubble type of chart, and it has these different stages on the way down. And there's the trap, which I think that run up that we just had from 6 to 11 was probably the bull trap. And then you have fear. I think we're just getting into the fear and then the capitulation. But, hey, Tom, if I could hang tight, I wanted to take a look at JNUG if you had time.
Yeah, you can, but we have Dee Riley coming on. Stay right there. We'll take the segment after this.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. No matter what kind of trader you are, 2018 is a great time to try out a subscription to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. Whether you just plan on diversifying your portfolio with some exposure to gold and gold mining equities, or you're a gold bull that sees 2018 as the year of commodities, now is a great time to sign up for the Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his Gold Report every Monday morning before the market opens and covers a variety of topics including gold, silver, platinum, copper, the XAU and HUI, the dollar, bonds, South African rand, as well as more than 20 of the most actively traded mining equities. Start your 2018 off with a bang and sign up for the Gold Report today. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. For all the details and to start your subscription right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find the Gold Report under Investment Newsletters. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. We're talking with Paul from Nevada. We are going to be talking Nugget. So,
or J-Nug, maybe.
Is it J-Nug,
yeah.
Paul, you want to look at?
Yeah, J-Nug.
So J-Nug, folks, is the junior miners 300% leverage bull position. The direction of the market vectors gold miners.
Sorry, can we slow that one down? I lost you there. Say it again.
J-Nug is the direction.
It's the junior gold miners, right?
That's
the direction.
Right.
Junior gold miners 3 times bull.
Yes.
There we go.
So if we take a look at this, these all got a nice bid out here today, Paul. You know, I mean, they saved themselves. You know, they had pulled back with light volume. You know, you get J-Nug up 55 cents right now, trading $13.62. Let me just see what's the largest weighting structure inside this one. Oh, interesting. This one here. So you have to go into another. Oh, no, you don't. Market vectors.
This is the 3 times, though. We need to go down to the original, right?
That's correct, yes. So that would be the JD. No, JGDX, I think.
I think you're right.
It just broke the high as we were talking, so I like that. I'm in it at right at the open when it went positive.
GDXJ?
At
GDXJ?
1327.
GDXJ.
There we go.
Okay, yeah. So this as well as the GDX in general is catching a pretty good bid. You know, this is inside the range again. So
could you dig into what was in there? I think that's it. With equities.
Yes. So you have.
There we go.
Kirkland Lake is 5.4. Evolution Mining 5.3. Anglo Gold 4.3, Northern Star 4.2.
Interesting. Definitely some juniors, as in.
Yes.
I'm not familiar even with Kirkland Evolution. I
Right.
know Anglo, North Star, Goldfield, Yamana, Pan American, I Am Gold, but Kirkland, we'll have to check them out.
No, totally.
Yeah.
It's starting to move right now. My question is, I got in at 27, right when it dipped down, it went positive at the open. I jumped in it. I took half off at the $0.50 at 50 cents, $13.50. My question, Tom, do you think I should let this ride over the weekend or?
J-Nug, right? He was saying $13.50.
Okay.
J-Nug.
JNU. Yeah, I would.
Okay.
I like what's happening here. So you get the biggest deal inside the physical gold market versus the equities is that the equities have proven they've held up. You know, I mean, coming in today, it's pretty wild. I was shopping at. I want to say hi to Nick out there. What's happening, brother? I saw a tiger last night when I was in Publix, right?
Okay.
And, he's been around a long time, 18, 20 years. And
nice.
We were talking about the gold market, and he says, what do you think? I said, oh, man, I'm worried coming into tomorrow morning. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
But it held up, man.
It's a little similar to, not big, similar, but yeah, hanging above those levels, right?
Listen, we know
1250, just hanging, 1260.
It can jump off the cliff in a second, man. Right. And this guy has been in the gold reports for that many years. Sure. So we both know, we were talking about, we went through a lot of pain in 2001, or 2002, 2003, and then we made a huge amount of money. But bottom line is that is the gold market,
Definitely.
But, so, yeah, I like the deal, man. Because one of the problems we've had is that the last 2 times that this has happened, meaning it's broken the downtrend, right? It failed. That's when I went up, at the beginning of the show when I went through those different levels. We'll see what shakes out here. This is monster volume right now inside the GDX as well as the gold market in general. Now, I'm glad you just brought this up, because watch this. Someone's coming into this market, folks. Watch these trades. I just brought AEM up.
Okay.
And you're going to see you're up at $1.28, right?
Yes.
When you start looking at some of these, did I hit the right one? AQ.
Maybe it's a different stock? No.
Yeah, it was. What else did I pull up? Because I was looking at. I know what it was. It was ABX, which is the second largest weighting structure inside it. Yeah, look at these trades. Now, you don't pay attention to 931. That's the open, right? But see, 955, 40,000 shares. 10 o'clock, 25,000, 17,000. So what's cool here, we have the end of the month, and bottom line is that they might be shifting, bottom line into these gold stocks,
big volume,
rotating out of something else. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
So,
totally.
Cooking, brother. Thank you so much, Paul.
Thank
you so much. Great weekend. Safe weekend.
Talk to you next week, man. Thanks.
Let's go to our man Danny Rowley, Mr. Top Step.
That's
we
right.
We need him today. These S&Ps.
What's happening?
Danny Rowley, what's going on?
Hey, what's up, you guys?
How you doing?
Good morning, man.
Good morning to you.
Good.
I was listening to what you were talking about the gold. That's really a tough trade.
It is.
And I always refer to it as like a public trade where, once the stuff starts going up, everybody gets all bulled up, and then all of a sudden the stuff comes crashing down.
Oh yeah.
It's funny because I actually started in the pit, and one of the pits that I worked in at the CME was the old CME. And I was a clerk in the gold pit.
Okay.
And that was when gold went from, I think, like $450 to $850. It was like the largest move ever. And so whenever I hear about talking about metals, I always think about the TV commercials where they're talking about buy the silver coins for your.
There's no doubt, man.
They were everywhere for a while, right?
Yeah, they were.
And and then they have those. What do you call it? Not the celebrity coins, but the coins that aren't worth anything, and they.
The quote unquote collectibles.
Thank
right?
you, the collectibles.
Yeah.
That's trouble in paradise. There's no doubt about it.
No doubt about it, and especially when they start pushing those commercials out after the complex has rallied already. And got to have a little of that silver in my retirement account,
Yeah, right. In your IRA, right?
Seriously.
Yeah. Well, anyways, as far as what's going on in the S&P, yesterday I was talking to the Pitbull, Marty Schwartz, and there was a little discussion about where are the actual 200-day moving averages in the S&P.
Okay.
And he thought that it was 26.99 or 26.96. And other people on my Twitter feed were saying it was more like 26.65, 75. Either way, we watched the S&P go down through the big figure at 2,700, and it was a big smasher, blow up, sell stop thing, and everybody got all bearish again.
Yeah.
And I write this thing called the opening print that I've written for almost 28 years or something like that.
Yes.
And last Friday, I started talking about how everybody was all bared up, and that there was a what if in here, and the what if was what if President Trump kind of acquiesced a little bit on some of these tariff threats. Now, we saw something about him saying, well, they're going to let up on the technology stuff. Well, thank God that they did, because you know what? 26% of the S&P is technology stocks. Now,
Yeah.
if you want to Columba the stock market, you start putting up barriers around technology. It's not just going to be China. It's going to be the whole world. And
especially the stocks that matter too, right? That really move it.
yeah.
The giants are technology.
Well, you know, I mean, the other thing that Marty...
We're just going to a break. Can you hang with us,
Stay
Danny?
right there, Danny, all right?
Perfect.
Stay right there, folks. Danny Riley, Mr. Top Step's coming back with Tommy and I. Dow right now is up 256, Nasdaq's up 59, S&Ps are up 21. We're coming right back.
Are China A shares hot or not? If you trade China A shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A share bull and bear ETFs. China A shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
I'm certain you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
TFNN has put together the finest programming lineup each trading day, featuring some of the most knowledgeable and respected financial minds in the nation to educate traders and investors. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we broadcast 8 hours a day, starting at 9 a.m. as Larry Pesavento kicks us off with Trade What You See. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we broadcast 11 hours. Get an early and healthy start to your day as Nico and Paige bring you Living a Primal Lifestyle. Then catch Andy Hecht at 5 p.m. with the Commodities Hour, following the Tom O'Brien Show. Swim lessons from TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim is now at 11 a.m., followed by Basil Chapman at 12 noon. See the TFNN program lineup via the link on the front page of TFNN.com to get a complete overview of our TFNN shows and hosts. And keep TFNN's Tiger TV tuned in on your mobile device, PC, or Mac for the latest financial news and information throughout the broadcasting day. TFNN.com. Educating investors. Learn how to trade options with swim lessons. Brought to you by TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim. Next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. We're talking with Danny Riley, Mr. Top Step. You gotta love it. Danny works also with Davin Blight, folks. And if you come over to our website at TFNN, you're gonna see right under breaking news, NASDAQ market news.
Nadex market news, NASDAQ, Nadex.
Yeah, Nadex market news. Sorry about that.
You're good.
You're gonna see Davin has a couple great articles out there this morning. Beware of seasonal tendencies.
Yes, that was yesterday, and then the S&P as well, Davin writing there. So I know you guys have a lot of great articles on there, Danny. We just wanted people to be able to check that out as we jump back into those S&Ps.
Totally.
Thank you. You know, I mean, I think content is what really spins things around. Our website is actually, I mean, for a futures website, we get, anywhere from 2,500 to 3,000 people a day going to it, and in kind of a shrinking space. That's not bad, and I think it's based on content.
Nice, and we got your article up there as well. We know you got an article out there about midterm elections dampening July performance. A lot of good articles, content like you're talking about. So we encourage people to check all that out for sure.
Well, you know, the other thing that one of the things that Marty Schwartz taught me a long time ago was, you know, historical stats. And part of what's gone on in June was the statistics starting out in June were pretty favorable. But the last 2 weeks of June, and I've got the Stock Traders Almanac right here, are not all that great, and they weren't that great. But what I think happened here is it's not just really the end of the month, it's the end of the quarter.
Right.
And if you guys have been looking at the MIM that we sent, you see that just about every day on the close, these MOC orders come out like really big to sell. I mean, yesterday I think it was 2.4 billion to sell. And we continue to see a lot of selling on the closes. But I think what's gone on over the last couple of days is we're coming into the end of the quarter, and there's the end of the quarter rebalance, and that's where you know they're short bonds, or they're short S&Ps, or short the index markets, and they buy the index.
We need more time with you, Danny. We can't wait next week, man. We'll get you back on here.
Have a great weekend. Safe weekend. Thanks so much,
Danny. Take care, folks.
Stay right there, folks.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.